yourself are too weak to whatever it is that has control over you at that time. And especially when it comes to those temptations. Secondly, God has the power over that addiction or that temptation. He's overcome the entire world. And third, to be able to turn your willpower, turn your will over to Him, because obviously you've got none. Turn your will over to Him. And like I said, during that time of Advent, man, I never felt it so bad before, but it was one of those things where it had to be turned over to Him over and over and over again. I think I had to go through that in order to recognize what it felt like to be on the other side. It doesn't mean that I'm never going to deal with temptation. We're all going to deal with temptation. From now until 15 minutes after you're dead. You are going to continue to confront temptation, but you can't do it by yourself. The evil one has millions of years of experience, and you have only the life that you have here on earth.
What do you think the main things that keep men from your experience, from being holy?
From being holy?
Yeah, this day and age.
Not being realistic, not humbling themselves, not praying for the gifts, the spiritual gifts that we need. Humility is actually one of them. Right? But to be able to say, honestly, if you can pray for the spiritual gifts, starting with wisdom, knowledge, understanding, counsel, piety, fear of the Lord, and then the fruits of the Spirit. And when you get to the point of saying, okay, I got a better understanding of who I am. And that's another thing. One of the reasons that we're in a group like this is to identify who you are as a man. Who you are as a man, who you are as a husband, who you are as a father, who you are as a disciple with Christ. This is about identity. Because when you have a good identity with Christ, when you have a good identity as a father, when you have a good identity as a husband, you'll know really what you will do and what you won't do. This is also a place where you're being honest with one another. You're support, like I said last week, this is where we have to be supportive of one another. But getting back to your question, what are the reasons? If we're not honest with ourselves, and especially not honest with who we are, that's when we tend to fall into those traps.
I was going to say, Robert, you said to introduce yourself, just take a minute and just say hi, because I think some guys don't remember you.